defended well, in fact, from Gambit, not losing a single player, although, oh, it's 3 HP, one more tick of Molotov damage there, and he would be a dead man, burnt to a crisp. And now Astralis are looking to get themselves onto a crisp push into the A sites. Nice entry from Dupree, good flick, but there's still danger lurking around the corner. Dozier by the pit position, but apparently not. Zipex swoops in.
Astralis expecting an over-rotation from the CTs towards B, make plays towards the A site, but Adren, he's still alive for now, barely, and Hobbit even less so. Walking around the smoke, but Glaive will spot him first, and that should be the round. Nothing Hobbit can do except try to get out of this position, which is not ideal. And part of the confidence in that round for Astralis making plays towards A could have been from 2 CTs rotating from B to A, who flashed the arch area, and that can tell Astralis that the CTs are not in ideal situations there, and maybe they can take the extra step forward to pick off the players in the pit position. 6-2 for Astralis. Too early to say if we're going to 3 maps or not, but it doesn't look bad for them at the moment, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's perfect, isn't it? I mean, on the map one, we saw that Gambit had this really great start. Everything went well for them. It's good to see that Astralis get the same opportunity to have a start like that. And it's not all just struggles, because it was definitely quite difficult for them to get things going, and everything seemed to be against them. But here they're really making their T-side work. And it's great to see such a level of team play and coordination out of the likes of Astralis. There's perhaps almost no teams can do a better job in that sense. So it's almost art when you watch teams of this caliber. And we'll see now whether or not Gambit can have a better situation. Again, on a lot of these buy rounds we've seen from them, I don't know if we've seen one optimal buy round yet. You know, in all these rounds that we've had. And of course, you know, we had some force buys traded backwards and forwards early on. And again, that really serves to destabilize the CT economy massively. And it put you in a position where perhaps you can have a cycle of bad buys. But Gambit need to make sure they can have some better ones in the future here, where they actually have utility, get the AWP onto Mo. Then you can take Banana, you can use that utility, because there's so much you can do then.
That will be the case in the next round as they head towards maximum loss bonus, and this is an eco. Can't buy AKs on the CT side, which is what Hobbit is carrying from the previous rounds. Astralis with a slow approach. There is time on the clock. You can try to minimize errors as they always do. Adren with the Deagle, only person defending B at present. Do wonder what the ultimate decision of Astralis will be. They've taken Banana, and it seems now they'll go to show some presence towards A.
And Zipex searching for an angle here, an entry frag, and we'll get that coordinated push beginning to be attempted, but you can see that the smokes, the counter grenades have been set upon Astralis, which will stop the effort, but that is part of the point here for Astralis. They need to create pressure to force out all those grenades that the Gambit did have, and they basically have nothing left at this point, so it's going to be a great position for Astralis to kind of just walk into a site, trade their way to success. No trades even required, of course. Adren will get picked off, in fact, the only man on B. Gambit perhaps more convinced that it would have been A, and behind the cover of smoke, everything will be dandy for Astralis.
4 players alive for Gambit. They've got Deagles, so they might as well go for it, see if they can get anything out of this, but for now, they'll have to try to carefully channel their bullets through smoke switcher down. That's going to waste some time, especially when they don't have any kits. Only Hobbit's really got something to lose here. The rest can try to damage the Astralis economy as they look towards the rest of this half. But its use will be picked off. Hobbit will be saving his AK on the A site. Mo and Dozier will be the early warning system, and perhaps they'll get a gun out of it as well. Device hunting them. He could end up giving away an AK. So we'll pay close attention to that. Nope, some bonus money for him. So Hobbit saves the AK, and the team will be on the full buy for this one.
All right, so the question now is, does Mo try to make a play? You know, do they try to make it safe somehow? Does he have a spawn to play off of? There's suddenly a wealth of options for Gambit to essentially just make Astralis' life very difficult, maybe make them use grenades that they don't want to use early on into the rounds, get maybe a force a trading situation on Banana. That could be one way that Gambit could get a man advantage. There's all these situations I'll be looking out for here, but they could just play it passively too and try to conserve their utility late until the rounds. Limited the pressure from Astralis on Banana, taking it slow as well, so...
There's a gap. There is a gap in that smoke. And that's an inviting gap, inviting device to look for a pick. He's going to be flashed by a teammate, almost getting a kill, but he'll manage to escape as well. Only Astralis taking some damage, and there's some more damage for you, device. Get out of my Banana, say Gambits.
In that clutch, and much needed round for Gambit on the board.
That spray transfer from
There's a spot from Adren, and that's going to key in the rotation there a little bit from Zeus, still floating backwards and forwards, but still a big question mark. Where are Astralis going to go? Gambit just don't know right now.
Dozia and Zeus in a less than ideal situation. They can't really support themselves, well, each other rather, in their current positions, but Zeus will move into a spot where he can help his teammates. Ipex looking the wrong way, and then the first kill. Now Zeus can run distraction, but the flank is there from Glaive. Glaive with the 180, taking a Dread down, and it's Dozia again. It's all down to him. He's crouching, almost taking down the Vice, but not quite. The reset is there from Astralis, just a one round, and it starts to look like a dominant half for the Denmark guys.
And you can see why Astralis are giving Gambit Gaming so much respect, because in that round, again, Astralis are perhaps the best team in the world at closing down the advantage on the T side. When you have that, when you get that hard-earned advantage, playing the trades, playing it smart with trying to abuse that the CT rotation, trick them into thinking you're going somewhere where you're not. And even still with that advantage, Astralis had a very hard time closing that round. It could have been won by Gambit. So Gambit once again on the pistols. Astralis doing an amazing job in this match so far. 8-3. It's a great scoreline for them to work off of, and it should go 9-3 here with just this safe situation for Gambit to play against, and Zipex will kick things off pretty well with the AK there, and as Adren does peer over looking for Deagle frags, but he won't find anything.
Gambit's aggression being neutered in this round so far. Goes your top mid of the USP. Only so much we can ask for him in this situation. And turn over towards A as well, but Astralis still being very, very careful. They will give nothing to their opponent if they don't need to. Maybe Adren can steal a weapon away from this round, but nothing else looks likely. Zipex keeping eyes on top mid, Dren may spot him as he heads to balcony, but Zipex is prepared for it with the angle he's holding. As you can see there, it's the odd shoulder peek in case somebody makes their way out of CTS. We look forward to the coming rounds. The loss bonus is minimal for Gambit. Their money absolutely sucks. 9-3, and the UMPs will become a common story for Gambit in this half.
Yeah, they've been having so many problems with their money. It's actually crazy, and it really feels like it's very hard to play that CT side in Inferno when you're in that situation. And again, it's by the nature of the fact that Astralis are just playing really amazingly well right now. Just some great solid counter-strike from them, and looking to increase their scoreline dramatically here as they are up against indeed these UMPs that are coming out. As mentioned, Gambit not going really aggressive here, playing a passive default sort of setup on the CT side as Astralis are allowed to work the apartments, and we've seen great takes up top mid from Astralis round after round, pushing Gambit back, then taking Banana as well, making things always difficult. Oh, that angle there from Dupree. Not going to find anything, but almost an opportunity here. Gambit pushed all the way back onto the site.
Now Device has taken up the mantle, and Dupree will just cover him from Arch, waiting for the re-peeker's Device, and he's surely going to get one, but no. His teammate harassing, forcing the CTs off the balcony. In the meantime, everybody here for Astralis with a minute on the clock. Glaive will have a look towards Banana, see what's going on. Not carrying the bomb, which is important, which we have seen from Gambit when they do the same on the T side. Always have to pay attention to that. Can win you and lose you rounds, and so can a great timing peek from a Dren. Two-man spray down to him, but still no bomb spotted.
Yeah, the bomb will now make its way up towards B. Perhaps the Hail Mary in this round for Astralis. A three-man situation, not amazing. Hobbit's going to make it worse, now down to two as Astralis try to take this site, and Gambit know exactly what's going on. A crossfire is being set up, and so to get onto that bomb part, it seems impossible here for Kirby. He's going to have to dart back now, and this could work out because there is time to get that rotation if he runs all the way, but we've got Zeus looking to cut him off. Surely it won't be possible to ferry the bomb across, and it won't. Zipex now, without time to win this round. Gambit with a fantastic defense.
Zipex has 6,600 in the bank, so he can... I don't know why the CTs are facing there, because they can't afford to lose those guns, but Astralis can. They can afford to lose those weapons, so there's more impact to be had by Zipex getting kills in that situation. Timeouts from Gambit Gaming. They've used a few in this half so far, and there's one remaining. 2 rounds remaining. Finally, they're on the scoreboard once again, but Astralis will have a far superior buy. Gambit just can't get away from these UMPs.
I suppose we'll probably see more of the same here from Astralis. Again, they've been working apartments really well, and it is, a feature of the new Inferno that is hard to challenge it as the CTs. Again, though, with all the UMPs that we have been seeing, I'm surprised we didn't see a few more plays into the outs, trying to have some aggression and stop the likes of Dupree from getting these fast positions towards Boiler, which he has so commonly done for the team, setting up his smokes, looking for those entries, just pushing Gambit back systematically. Will we see anything different here from Gambit? Or even Astralis, perhaps? They could try to anticipate some of these moves from Gambit and play a counter strategy. We'll see. Nice pressure there from Gambit onto the Banana area. And indeed, we've got Dozier making some presence in the apps. It's a hard thing to do on this new Inferno, but Dozier's the man to do it.
So much investment into Banana to kick off the round, and it just slows Astralis down for a time. But now look at them, they've got 3 players in the Banana area, slowly clearing it out. Hobbit left alone. Hobbit was a very tough job on Inferno on the CT side. Gambit won't shy away from 4 towards A. And Mo is very close to the top of middle. Kiabi harassing Banana, and the smoke has just disappeared from top Banana, so the Dren might end up rotating. But for now, they'll hold on to this area. You won't spot the other 2 players to his right-hand side. They won't know just how many players are there. Mo getting out of there. Zeus might be trapped behind this pillar now.
Yeah, that was a money flashbang though for the information play. Unlucky for Gambit not to get a kill there, but could be Zeus finding the timing here. Oh, he's going to see some backs. You always like to see that when you're on the CT side in this position, and that's going to be a top mid retaken by the CTs, and they understand that Astralis are making the move here towards B. The rotation starts to come in, but will they even get the bomb site? Probably able to stop them though with the help of that UMP and a flashbang, and Dren going massive with the AK. Finds great timing there through the smoke. Now it's down to Clave. Can he find a way out? He can't. 5 rounds now for Gambit, and that's going to give them a real fighting chance as they get closer and closer into moving into this second half against Astralis, who have a very comfortable situation with that 9 rounds scoreline.
Astralis 65% on the pick'em predictions, looking to tie up the score. Gambit finally a round where they don't have UMPs or only pistols. Last round of the first half, 6 rounds possible for Gambit. 5 AKs for Astralis. No venturing into Banana just yet, and that smoke in apartments will slow down what might be inevitable, and that is the taking of map control. Hobbit and Adren harassing the Banana position. You can see Device is bottom mid. He's carrying the bomb, so he needs to be careful once the smoke disappears, but he will not expect Gambit to overextend in this situation. There we go again, Dupree towards short, forced forward now by the Molotov.
Flames everywhere, real true inferno indeed there for Astralis over at the quad side of the map here, but they are going to really just go straight away into the B-bomb site here. Hobbit's not going to like what he sees here. Many players had no idea there would be so many rushing in right now. Dupree covering the back there, just catching rotations, lurking towards A, making life really difficult. That will actually slow Dozier's rotation down. He's going to try to get over there, but he's not going to make it out there in time. It's going to be down to Mo and Adren to work some ground here. Very close indeed, but Adren has to be the man now to make the entries. Goes in with the AK, can't do it in the face of Kirby, and now Mo well and truly locked out of construction.
The kills though, the kills are coming in, but there's the flank from Dupree, and this might just kill everything. Nobody on the site for the T. Zipex is in Banana, he's just hiding with the off angle. Throws Dozier a fake, and there is a 10th round for Astralis, 10-5, a very strong half for the defending champions. 5 rounds for Gambit. Is it enough? They have not had the perfect pistol rounds as they have in previous matches. If they are to win another pistol, now is the time if they want this to be competitive. Otherwise, we may see a dominant score from Astralis on Inferno.
Well, I mean, you can have confidence, I think, in Gambit with those pistols, that's for sure. So, I'm curious what round they will select. Whether it will be all that complicated or just relatively simple. Astralis, they must be feeling really good, finally getting a situation where everything's working out for them. It's definitely going to add some additional confidence to their performance.
Right lads, I want some refreshments. Cheers mate. London t-shirt of course. Accent is accurate. Waiting for the teams to buy and waiting for the unballs to come in. The latter has happened. 4 players on Gambit. Kevlar in this pistol round. Dozier hasn't bought just yet. If he goes Kevlar as well, then surely they're just going to look to bum rush somewhere. Zipex smoke and diffuse kits. The rest of his team will be carrying protection. Here we go. Pistol round in the second half. Do Astralis have it in them to bring this to a 3rd game? 4 players top mid for the CT side. They're not waiting around. They're creeping straight down mid.
Yeah, you absolutely love to see this. Just take the fight straight to the T's. They won't expect this one, but you need to get those fast kills. They spot the bomb as well, and that's a nice headshot from Kirby. Dupree's position actually insane there. Savage stuff on the first kill, but it will be traded back here. Gambit still with 3 players left, and they've got the bomb back. Astralis have to fall all the way back into the A bomb site here.
Minutes minute 15, starting to move towards Archer Gambit, and there's no one around to hear these sound cues. Device rotating to join Zipex, and maybe Device will hear something, but Gambit, they're not committing, not just yet. Maybe looking for an entry, maybe trying to suggest a wrap towards the B bomb site, but that's not going to work out for them. 2 players in pit, that's a lovely one-tap by Kiabi. How long can he survive? How long can he go undetected? There he is, and now you will hunt him down, but Kiabi gets 2 kills out of it, leaving Hobbit alone in a 1 versus 2. Device in the red, 1 coming from CT, 1 coming from Banana.
What can Hobbit do in this situation? At least he's got that bomb down. What is the play? Oh, just able to get himself into boiler in time here. Will Zipex check for this? So many angles, and there it is. Hobbit able to catch Zipex perfectly. Now, where does Device read the play from Hobbit? He is desperately weak, in need of medical attention, and he's not going to find any medics here in this situation. Only Hobbit, who is looking to make matters much worse for Device here, spots him, just creates a horrible distraction here as that bomb now cannot be defused for Device, and it's all about just getting some extra money in the bag. Hobbit's going to be the one to do so with the frag, and that's the pistol for Gambit.
There it is, the window of opportunity is open, and Gambit sent the smallest person to climb through it. Hobbit winning the round for his team, 6-10. Rifles out immediately for Gambit, but they've got some balance with the UMPs as well, and the grenades. We've seen many a force by one already in this tournament. Let's have a look at the Astralis investment. It's a half buy from them. Perhaps they have confidence in what they can do in a full buy. So some pistols here and there, some smokes and some flashes. Maybe a question of damage for Astralis, or maybe they think that this is simply enough to get the job done.
I really like this approach from Astralis. I think more teams should do it like this, just because we saw exactly the typical approach is what Gambit did on their first half. And I mean, we remember how tough it was for Gambit to really ever have good buys, ever have the utility they wanted, or the AWPs. So really like that from Astralis. As you say, a lot of confidence that this can do the job, just as well as having those extra Kevlars, having the confidence that their buy rounds will be sufficient. And speaking of sufficient rounds, Gambit with a nice anti-force buy here, just marching straight in with grenades. That's what you want to see here. Lovely execution from the Gambit side, and they will get the bomb planted, and they've got no losses, which is picture perfect for them.
I'm not sure how there wasn't even a team kill there. They were all blind in front of the B bomb site. Everybody was seeing white. But the failed attempt from Astralis, they will back off. Maybe repositioning for some exit frags here. Gambit have secured Banana. So we'll see what they choose to do with what they have left. Here the Gambit contingency. There are some Kazakh flags here in the audience. There's lots of support for Astralis as well.
So into the next round, and it's going to be Astralis there, still just building up that money situation. They've got, of course, a couple Kevlars and pistols that they saved from that previous round. So a few Deagles to maybe make life a bit awkward, and they're actually going to take a time out here to discuss things. And I wonder exactly what's going on in the booth there, James. What do you think they are discussing here? Just getting on the same page? Perhaps.
Probably the buy round to come, which is not this. 2.5k. per person for this round, so they'll try to coordinate what they have, but ultimately they'll be looking to do damage at 8 to 10, the real damage. Let's see what Gambit's anti-eco is like in this round. I think you have to favour Astralis at this point, moving into their buy with the lead on Inferno.
Yeah, and they'll have, again, all the money to play with. And speaking of the anti-eco rounds, I think Gambit could very well run exactly the same round we just saw. It's a great round. You don't have to mix it up all the time. I mean, you can have multiple anti-eco rounds, but again, if you go in together with all the nades in the right spots, you can't really argue with the results that can give you time and time again. Gambit, though, will just take it easy for now, making sure that Astralis aren't doing anything funky in this round before executing their game plan here. And it seems as though Gambit have a clear enough picture of what's going on, and they have now started to work on banana control. that we should see Gambit's plans start to come to fruition.
Quiet boost, echoes of grenades towards the B bomb site, but they're spotted. Over a minute on the clock for Gambit to continue their journey. I'm not sure if the bomb was seen, but there is a rotation straight into a grenade. That's awful. Awful, awkward, and painful. And the CTs continue to go towards A, but Glaive will be brought back by Zipex dueling. And now the grenades come in for Gambit. No flashbangs for Astralis. Slowly but surely, carefully, Gambit will move forward in the rounds, taking the pistols down one by one.
Another very well disciplined rounds is what you love to see in this game. Again, something that, I mean, you can always tell a team that has great leadership by the notion of just really well disciplined and executed anti-force fires and anti-ecos and so on. Because part of being a great leader is getting everybody into the same understanding of exactly what is good Counter-Strike, how do we effectively play that good Counter-Strike together. If everyone's thinking the same about decision making and of the team, then you can get some really, really well drilled rounds like that. And that's what we just saw from Gambit. And they moved 2 rounds away from Astralis now. They're doing a really good job in that sense, but now it's time for Astralis to get the buy-in. Will we see the AWP here? Show me the AWP.
Well, you might have to wait, Dan, because Glaive is not on the server right now. He has disconnected.
Doja restoring some energy there.
Does he realize? Does he even realize? Just waiting for Glaive to get back on, and then we should be good to go. Maybe just a quick tech pause. Map 2 of 3. Train will be the third one if Astralis take us there. See some discussion. I'm not sure what Glaive's doing. Almost looks like he's holding a Nintendo Switch. This is not the time. I can assume he's been given his phone to re-log into Steam. And there's a man who used to play professional Counter-Strike with 100 ping from Kazakhstan and still wreck fools in online matches and leagues. So that's why we've got no bananas in our talent room, Dan. They've taken all the bananas.
Oh my god, they have so many bunches of bananas. We had 3.
Yeah.
And they're really new as well, so not very good, James. They're not ready to be eaten, but we have no choice. All the good ones have been stolen.
They've taken all the bananas.
Well, I suppose they needed more than us. It is interesting too in having these kind of breaks, because it's been quite a slow and deliberate match, I think, from both teams. We're seeing a lot of slow defaults here, where the play is very considered. Everyone's just getting their setups. It's not kind of the chaos that we did see on that map 1, and the chaos in which Mo found himself over 30 kills, for example. So it's very interesting to see what Astralis will decide to do with their buy, and I think they're probably going to err on the side of caution and just play pretty slow and passive and just sort of feel out what Gambit want to do, because it's still very early into the second half. And Astralis need to really identify how Gambit want to invest themselves in the early round scenarios. And that is, I think, more of an approach that you would see out of an Astralis. They're going to just have that very, very solid fundamental game, and they'll sort of adjust, make micro adjustments based on how the opponent is setting things up, instead of just trying to force their will all the time on their opponents.
Glaive is back on the server, and the unpause is here. 15 seconds before things kick off again. The first buy round in the second half here on Inferno. We'll see if Astralis can take this to map number 3, fighting for that championship, fighting to defend their title of reigning champions. Glaive and Zipex over towards the B box side. There'll be 3 in A. Normal situation. Hobbit with a smoke, going for a fast play on his own. No flashbang for him. Just making a hero play, but he won't be the hero today. Pages torn from the comic.
So it slows down a bit now, as well as We see Gambit just holding position, seeing if Astralis is going to go for a move. Astralis actually falling back here. They've got that man advantage. They don't need to keep forward presence on the map. They can just rely on having good defensive setups here. They still have a good level of counter grenades to be thrown with a minute left in the round here. So it's really on Gambit to make this decision. And where do they go? How do they decide to pressure in? And one thing that's really dangerous if they do select A as a finishing destination is this two-man setup we're seeing towards this quad position. It's going to be very, very difficult for Gambit to break that, I would say. And they are taking their sweet time about this at the moment. Haven't really poked middle at all, so Astralis probably feeling that it's going to be a B play. We'll see, they're playing very defensively at the back of the bomb sites. And they are actually running out of grenades at this point, only 4 remaining, no smokes. And there it is, Doja starts the action off, catches the quad setup, but actually trades 1 for 1. 4 versus 3 now for Astralis to play off of, and 30 seconds for Gambit to get the bomb down.
The Trent not quite finding Zipex behind the fountain, Zipex ringing the bell. And Mo will get finished off, falling apart bit by bit for Gambit. Zeus on his own versus 2. They're not rotating just yet, but they're not quite needed. Zipex is enough, shutting that round down. At the beginning, I can only assume that Hobbit had a spawn where they thought they would catch the CT still throwing grenades into Banana, but that wasn't the case. That was not the case at all. They took a gamble, didn't pay off, but they're still on the buy. 3 rounds between the two sides. Things still delicate. Both teams are lacking cash after their buys. It's the first win in the second half for Astralis. This is a big round for both teams.
Device looking for a pick here. Oh, the flick comes in, but he's going to miss this. Mo that bests him. Perhaps we'll start to see more action here from Mo. Now he's got the sniper in his hands. And this is an interesting spot now for Gambit as well. They've got that 5 versus 4, and I'm sure they have a lot of routines and protocols how to play the 5 versus 4 situation on the T side of Inferno. See, Adrent is going to get the smoke there onto the quad position, which will allow them to more safely take the top mid area and have less places to look. Astralis, they're sort of in this situation where they might be thinking, you know, well, there's 2 decisions really to make. Either taking a risk, try to equalize, or just try to get a good guess and just try to position to the sites that you think is more likely for the T side to arrive on. The Gambit are making it very difficult for Astralis to understand which side that's going to be.
Preemptive grenades from Astralis towards the apartments. Dupree and Banana with the AWP. The flash will force him away, and it might just pull Zipex in his direction as well. He's in CT spawn, looking at the arch position. Tag, but no kill there for Dupree, but maybe he needs some help. Adren picked off on the lurk towards the A bomb site, but Dozy is still there. He hears the rotation, but he's not picking off these players. Glaven and Kiabi leaving A, going towards the B bomb site, and Dupree is here in B with the AWP. Hobbit taken down. What is the play here from Gambit? Why hasn't Dozy done anything towards B bomb site? He's still there, sorry, towards A, and they're getting sprayed down towards B. I don't understand how this has happened. I don't understand, Dan. The entire time, Dozy was just standing in apartments. The rotation came in, 2 players left A from the pit. They could have been picked off if he made a play, but he was just standing there. The entire time, through the entire fight, he was just standing in apartments.
And you're looking to me for answers, James. I can give you none. I have no idea as well. It's kind of a weird situation. Perhaps a miscommunication. It's hard to say, isn't it? But that's a very key round, because look where it's left Gambit Gaming. They don't really have all that much money. It's only really Hobbit that has much money. Doji obviously saved what he had in the previous round, which is basically everything, because he, as you say, he didn't really make a play, and so they're in a really weird position here now. Do they go for the force buy because Hobbit can get a buy? Doji obviously already has a gun. They can get some Tech 9s, and they could do a round like that, and that would be pretty legitimate. But then
I'm so confused.
This has just put them also in such a weird position.
I am so confused. I don't know if we're going to see much of the replay. Still earlier on. And look at Dozy's position. You see Dozy on the radar, only now leaving apartments when all of his team are dead. What is the play there? Because, like,
it's like he's desynchronized.
Maybe they rotate or something. He was just standing in apartments. I'm so confused. That's going to leave Gambit with 2 AKs and 3 Tech 9s. Astralis now 4 rounds away from a 3rd map. Zipex 20-11 at the moment. It's his turn to shine. I thought this would be a difficult map for Mo to be effective on, but Gambit, the rest of his teammates have got a lot to do to pick up the slack, and that last round is not the way to do it.
That's a double AK3 Tech 9s. Handful of grenades. They can definitely make quite the potent push into the A site with this, and it looks like they're going to opt for that. Will they go through the balcony too? How many will they send? Just Dozier perhaps with that AK. If he can get that position, it's a great vantage point. That covering fire, and looks like indeed the split is on. No smoke, I don't think, to nullify these incendiaries from the CTs. That'll make things a little bit harder here for the Gambit side now as they push in. Kirby's still in position. Astralis rotation, full rotation pretty much. The 5th player soon to be on the site before there's even a frag mate. This is going to be impossible surely for Gambit.
Zeus on Arch, but never mind, never mind. All the kills from Astralis in a short few seconds. Everything out the window for Gambit. They're left mostly with 24-50. And now the Danish fans are getting loud.
Gambit's simply too slow in that round.
They're going to force it up, Dan. They are going to force it up. And this,
all in.
Talk about less than ideal situation. 1 AK, a bunch of pistols here and there, and a reasonable level of grenades. What can you do with this Gambit? Mostly in the second mid. Kiabi going for some aggression now. This is a very rare play from CTs on Inferno, and he might be stuck behind this window, trying to force his way out, but they're waiting for him. Dozier is there to trade.
Yeah, really awesome play from Kirby. Probably will get more and a lot of the time as well. It looks really good there. Couldn't escape. 4 versus 4. Again, a great position for the T side to be in. They've got not the optimal weaponry though, but maybe it is because Hobbit close range attack. But no! What on earth was that from Zipex? Really nice entry flick back into the arch position as now he's dominating the top mid. 2 more players to face. He's going to get one. The second one won't fall. It's Dozier who gets the trade, but it's still a very tough situation. At the very least, he's got so much time. He's looking for the flank. Oh, Dozier almost had it, but his device picking him off. 14 rounds for Astralis, 2 away from claiming the second map. This game is definitely not done, far from done at this point. Gambit struggling on this second map. They've lost their mojo, it seems, on this T half, James.
Yeah, their money is a complete disaster. Dozier now, AK, no Kevlar. Another mess of a buy from Gambit. You have to wonder if communication is falling apart on the Gambit team. If the worst happens, they've got one small break to reset, but it's Device who's looking to reset these players. Taking Hobbit down towards Banana. No presence now, but Zeus will head up there on his own. Device is hungry for a second kill. Zeus taking massive gambles and being punished severely. This is a mess from Gambit. Only a Dren left. I think maybe this map is already over.
Very tough spot for Adren, looking to get some damage in. Oh, okay, Adren's he's not done just yet. Maybe a couple extra kills before the round is over. Steals away an M4, only 18 points of health, but you got to give this man some respect. He will fall to Device. Great round from the Device. Really nice work with that AWP. Pretty much shut down Gambit's plan. And that's 15 for Astralis, 8 for Gambit. They're so far away.
Zeus just going for some solo plays afterwards, and Device is having absolutely none of it. Flames will not deter that man. Great shot from Adren, but really it's just a YouTube highlight at this point. 15-8. Gambit has much more to do if this map is truly not over just yet. Some rifles here and there. Hobbit trying to force the CTs away from Banana. But there's only so much he can do, let's be honest. Adren, how's he made his way into short? This could be a nasty surprise. Perfect flashbangs elsewhere. Adren with a 2K. It's not over after all, but is it? The bomb falling into Arch.
Yeah, Trent needs to do more work here. You would think that perhaps he did enough there. 2 great entry frags, but that bomb and D being lost is such a huge issue. Adren starts to work on that engagement there as Zipex protects the bomb. Will he go for the peek here, using the smoke to try to get some additional damage done? But Device comes in from behind, and Adren, his story in this round is over. It's up to Dozier to make the 1v3 a reality. And there is some time for Dozier to work these positions, but ultimately the fact that the bomb is in arch and that he has to pick it up and that the CTs know exactly where it is does not change. That's a great shot though, a good way to kick things off here, but still 2 more to go. What is this? Dozier gets 2! There's still 1 more to go though. Zipex protecting the bomb, and Dozier looks to round the corner now. Where is Zipex? Where is Zipex? Dozier asks the question, now he knows. Surely not! Zipex denies him a mere 4 points of health, and what a way to hold your nerve to prevent Gambit from stealing another round. Astralis pick up map 2. We're going to a 3rd map.
Astralis doing it the hard way.